Hello friends, today we will discuss the economic aspect of widespread virus corona, that is COVID-19. As we know that whatever we are doing, there is a economic aspect of that thing as well. China is number one exporter, and all the developing countries are behind China in terms of export. But China is not getting benefit of its export because of its huge population. And that is one of the biggest obstacle for any country to get the status of development or developed country. So that is why there are speculations. Might be in future we will come to know that whether those were real speculations or were reality. That China want to get rid of these poor people, and China had these kind of viruses which were made in a lab. Probably this virus was made in Wuhan Institute in China, and they also knew the remedy of this disease. So that is why in controlled manner they spread this disease to China, and accordingly that disease spread to targeted countries. And because of this widespread disease, as we know that there is no vaccination of this disease and people are dying frequently, so it created a global havoc, and China took benefit of this global havoc. And because of this global havoc, the share market, the prices of many multinational companies dropped rapidly, and China got an opportunity and purchased the shares of those multinational companies comparatively much lesser rates. So now China have control over multi-million these multinational companies in Europe and America. I want to state here one fact that earlier Japan was the biggest investor in USA. Now China is surpassed Japan, and China is now biggest investor in USA. As you know, if you want to control any country, if you want to grow, you need to grow your economic resources. You need to be strong in terms of money. There was a time where we were focusing on weapons and all other things, but in modern era, direct war is not feasible. As we know that there are many countries who have greater defense power, and if this third world war begins, the all country will destroy. So that is why China took a smart step, and it started a biological weapon, that is viruses, bacteria, these kind of diseases. And no one can very much surely say that it is spread by China or it is spread by any other country. Anyway, it will take time for the world countries to decide. It is a big question of investigation as well, that whether this China was behind this widespread disease. But the important thing is, if China is behind all these things, whether WTO or United Nations will take action, because it is a clear case of genocide, and there must be a case in International Court of Justice related to this kind of genocide, and must be some trade restriction and economic sanction as well. So I'm always telling you that please try to see the other side of a thing, try to see other side of a story. So nothing happens without a reason, and if you see the pattern, you will come to know that there is a multi-billion market of this vaccination, approximately more than $35 billion. So if all the people, if they are healthy, who will purchase this vaccination? So that is why somewhere these kind of countries makes complicated genetically modified viruses so that they can take benefit of this havoc creation by two terms. First, by selling vaccination, as second, by purchasing the shares of multinational companies who are doing good, and they knew the potential of those companies. They knew that near future that company will survive and will make profit. So it is my request to world community, please boycott this kind of country so that we can have a better world where humanity is at the top, and these kind of cheap economic practices should be banned. Thank you so much.